Hi, thank you for joining me today. My name is John New. This is John 2020 Apologetics. And today's video is going to be why orthodoxy is for the gym enthusiast. Orthodoxy in the last 10 to 12 years has went from 675,000 or so Americans who were in the faith to right around 7 million plus. It's fastly growing. And the majority of our converts are, from Protestant denominations and whatsoever. And they're men. 65% of our converts are men. And but this video is for everyone, regardless of your sex, or if you're an atheist. Just like I said in the disclaimer, our church is for everyone. I just wanted to point out some things that I saw some common similarities, being a weightlifter, a powerlifter, strongman, all that stuff. How I saw how it crossed over, the type of mentality and the discipline that's involved in it. So who this video is for any skeptic or Protestant who is strongly considering orthodoxy, especially a gym enthusiast, and or someone with this type of mindset. To the point, so in a nutshell, I understand as someone who has been recently baptized and charismated, change can be challenging. This is a shock for many people. I'm simply highlighting the mindset of a gym rat or a gym goer or meathead, whatever you want to call us, how there's similarities. Okay. All right, quickly about me. So who is this guy that's talking to you to? If you're new to my channel. So on openpowerlifting.org, that's the accumulation of every powerlifting meet that's ever occurred in the whole world on earth. I'm top 500-ish all time in raw drug tested powerlifting on all feds and all lifters, all weight classes. I'm top 50-ish in masters, which is over 40 years old. I'm the current national record in USPA, WRPF, and IPL, and masters in drug tested raw powerlifting. And within the last year or so, I've moved to strongman. I did a few contests, and then I went to a natural strongman a couple weeks ago, and I placed second, which is a national qualifier. So I'll be getting an invite to Ireland in 2025 of August. So Lord willing, I'll be competing in that. So my sanctioned PR meets: squat 727, bench 519, deadlift 655. And my gym PRs are 750, 545, and a pause on a bench, or without a bench, 565, and then 705 deadlift. And I got a 410 Husafel, and you can see the rest of my stuff down there. All right, so what are some commonalities? Right off the bat, let's just get into it. So gym enthusiasts, meatheads, we like scheduled regimen, dieting, especially with breakfast, breaking the fast. I think that's a massive meal for all of us, whether you be a bikini competitor or a bodybuilder or a power lifter or a strongman or a weightlifter, any of those type of disciplines, any of those type of sports. Breakfast is the break the fast. Well, in orthodoxy, we have scheduled regimen prayer, or the orthos, or which is dawn for in Greek, and matins, which is Latin, or for morning prayer. Second one that's in common is almost daily gym time throughout the week, almost daily church fasting throughout the week. Number three, a person to look up to. I love this one. And adapt to their program, workouts like Arnold or Ronnie or Brian Shaw or Thor, or somebody like that, some type of person, some type of figure to help you look up to as you go on your fitness journey or your strength gains. We have this in the Orthodox Church. You have a saint who you look up to, and you read their writings and you learn about them. That person, mine's St. Moses the Ethiopian, or St. Moses the Black. And I learn about him and his struggles. And I find a lot of commonalities with him. And I try to walk my faith through the inspiration from him. We see boxers do this. Mike Tyson did this with Jack Dempsey. He had the short hair, the black trunks, because Jack Dempsey had a lisp. And he was like menacing looking. Mike Tyson did the same thing. So we see this in sports. People have a favorite quarterback they try to model. Kobe Bryant did Michael Jordan, Chris Bumstead, Arnold Schwarzenegger, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Number four, the mindset to always improve, get ripped, or hit a PR. You want to bench 300, then 315. You want 3 plates, then you want 3.5 plates, or whatever it is, right? or you got 10% body fat, 9% body fat, 8% body fat. You want to continuously improve. Your biggest competitor is yourself. We see this in Orthodoxy as well. It's called theosis. In Orthodoxy, it's to work towards being like God, Jesus, being united with him. Okay, so it's like the pinnacle, the top. Now, obviously, being like Jesus is the ultimate. That's the whole mindset, though. Okay. Number 5, loving and accepting the grind. And the grind means you're self-improving. So the people who complain about having to go to the gym or work out or eat crazy diets or fads and things like that, you know how it is. Us people who are enthusiastic about the gym, to us, we just see that kind of like them being soft or a weakness. Okay. Jesus said, if you face a persecution, to rejoice. If you're doing his will. We rejoice as a church, knowing that the gates of hell won't destroy us, but the gates of hell want to destroy us, but they never will. So that grind, the world always disrespecting the Lord, always using his name in vain, always uses his name as a swear word. Just uttering the name Jesus can send shivers down someone's spine. So that's another commonality that we have. Now, there's also a key component in bodybuilding and fitness and strength sports with progressive overload. And Orthodoxy has that again. So getting into Orthodoxy is the same process like progressive overload. So what progressive overload is some of y'all don't know what you're watching. It's a training method to gradually increase the intensity of a workout to stimulate muscle growth and improve strength and endurance. So Milo Croton is an ancient Greek Olympic wrestler, 540 BC, in the baby calf. So let me explain this. Let me give this story real quick. So Milo was a Greek wrestler, and he was a young boy, and they had a baby calf, and he had to carry the calf across the farm. And as the calf got bigger, Milo also grew with the calf. He got bigger and stronger as well. The calf grew into a large cow or whatever, an ox, whatever. But each day or each week, it added a few pounds, and Milo had to endure the increase of weight to make him stronger. You start off slow, start off light, and then you build up. Like if you want to bench 3 plates or 2 plates, whatever it is, you start with a bar, you work up. You want to get on a bodybuilding show, you start off with whatever your body fat percentage is, and you want to knock it down. You run a 10-minute mile, then a 9-minute mile, then an 8-minute mile, progressive overload. Animals do this too. Birds will teach their birds to fly off the bottom branch. It's the same thing. They don't only get to start at the top branch. We teach our kids to swim the shallow end, right? Teach your kid to ride a bike in the driveway, right? You don't teach them to drive on the highway, right? So this is what Orthodoxy works. You got to start out slow, baby steps. You have to take it slow before you become baptized and chrismated. You have to become a catechumen, all right? And even before that, you must first admit that you're a sinner, and there's more to life to matter and motion. Remember, I did mention that it's not just Protestants who are looking into Orthodoxy, it's atheists and agnostics as well. So you got to admit that you need to get in shape. That's a big step as well. I mentioned earlier about the daily ritualistic prayer. Start off with 1 prayer, then 2, and then 3, and so on. And then for more information, how often you should pray and what you should pray, there is things online. However, you're never going to get the type of guidance you're going to get from an Orthodox priest at a church. So please go and see an Orthodox priest. Let them know you're interested into the faith, and that you're interested in being a catechumen. Okay. But it's just like progressive overload. I remember when I first started, my priest told me I had to do X, Y, and Z. Start off with a prayer every morning and then a prayer afternoon, or fast on this day and then fast on that day. It was never full throttle. It's just like a relationship. You're getting married to Christ. You're the bride. He's the groom. You start off in a dating and then you move into marriage. It's a step process. It's beautiful. Makes so much sense. To compare even further, I mean, if you are watching this video, you're maybe looking into Christianity. Which Christianity do you pick? Well, not all gyms are the same, and not all churches are the same either. I'm sure you kind of figured it out, right? So First, again, you need to accept that you need to train your body. You need to improve for health, for sports or whatever. So you need to accept that you need to improve, right? Remember that time when you you realized you have to start going to the gym. Whatever it was that set you off, that's what it was. First, you need to accept there's more to life than matter and motion. There's an objective right and wrong. You're a sinner. You have to improve your spiritual health. You want to build a relationship with God. Who is God? What does he want with me? What's the purpose of life? All these things. Then you want to find a gym, right? But not all gyms are the same. But then you want to find a church. Not all churches are the same. Look at the two photographs of two different gyms. They're clearly not the same. Clearly, one's going to give you more than something else. So I was a Protestant for 35, 40 years. Small or strip mall Protestant churches are not the same as the Orthodox Church. It's not even close. I'm not being disrespectful. Just telling you the way it is. And how can you determine things like this? Well, let's use an analogy here. This whole video is about analogies. Let's use one. So what kind of people go to this gym? If you're looking at a gym, you're going to find out what kind of people go to this gym, right? That could also tell you something about the church or the gym that you're looking into. Imagine if I told you this gym produced the people who wrote the gym workouts from thousands of years ago. They defined what hypertrophy is, strength block, calories in, calories out, macros, how to stretch, all these sports. They made the gym equipment. They certified the gym equipment that you can work out with. And this gym also produced the world's strongest men, Olympians, power lifters, all this stuff. This is what this gym has produced. Okay. And throughout the history of this 2,000 years, this gym had councils to determine what should and shouldn't be based upon debates and whatnot. And it funneled through the objective truth of what this is what you should be doing, and didn't wait 2,000 years later, 1,800 years later, and someone said, well, you've been working out wrong this whole time. This is the way you should be working out, and hijack some of those principles that this gym, this church built. That's the Orthodox Church. The church who fought for the scriptures, its canon, the teaching, the Trinity, the deity of Christ, versus some Protestant denomination with no historical background, just follows a single man. And notice the irony here is that Protestants schismed from Rome, the Protestant Reformation, and they follow whatever pastor is at their church as if that's the Pope. So they've created a bunch of miniature popes. Now, here's one more. And some weekly maintenance goes in with being a gym person, right? So sauna, physical therapy, chiropractor, ice baths, things like this. Heating pads, whatever you got to do. Your husband or your wife to massage your joints, your muscles, all that stuff helps with the recovery. Well, at Divine Liturgy on Sunday, we partake in the Holy Eucharist. We believe in the real presence. It's not just grape juice and crackers. The Eucharist is considered extremely beneficial to the spirit, serving as a mystical communion with God, providing spiritual nourishment and strengthening the believer's connection with Christ, essentially acting as food for the soul. The Holy Eucharist is called the Sacrament of Sacraments. It's our everything. All right. In the Orthodox tradition, it's also called the Sacrament of the Church. The Eucharist is the center of the church's life. Everything in the church leads to the Eucharist, and things flow from it. It's the completion of the church's sacraments, the source and the goal of all the church's doctrine and institutions. If your body can't recover, you're not getting good night's sleep. You're not sleeping on some type of fancy pajamas or using some type of pillow to help your body recover. Like, how good can you be if your body doesn't recover? You can only go as far as your recovery can allow you to go. And you can even train more often, the better recovery you get. And this is the same way. This is spiritual nourishment. Quickly, we'll stop here on some famous Orthodox athletes that are competing right today. We got current UFC bantamweight Merab. We got boxing heavyweight champion Usyk, the Greek freak in NBA, and tennis legend Novak. So that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more Orthodox athletes out there I just wanted to share a couple of them with you here that you would probably know. And these are all relevant today, obviously. So conclusion is simple. That if you want to improve your body, you have that drive to get better. You have that drive, no matter what it is. Like I said, you want to bench. What is the common one? Squat 3 plates, bench 2 plates, deadlift 4 plates. Isn't that what it normally is? Or if you want to get on stage, bikini competitor, bodybuilding, whatever, run a marathon, run a 6-minute mile. You got a progressive overload. You got to reach that point. You got to first admit that you're there. This is what this whole process is just like this. It's just like this progressive overload, just like it. Okay. And I might be making some workout videos to put on my channel so people can, like technique videos and stuff. That's something that maybe come down the line as well. But I just wanted to share this with you. This is one of the many reasons why I did convert, got baptized and chrismated right at the end of summer this 2024. And it's the greatest decision that I've ever made. And glory to the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, now and forever to the ages of ages. Amen.